Did you know there isn't one right answer for how many continents there are? Most of us grew up learning 7, but depending on where you went to school, you might have learned 6 or even 5. Continents are basically just giant landmasses that we all agreed to name. And those names and numbers change more than you'd think. Here's another fun fact. The continents are drifting at about the same speed your fingernails grow. That means your house is technically moving even if you're sitting still. In a few 100 million years, they'll all smash back together into one giant supercontinent. Just think of the savings on plane tickets. Each continent is a world of its own, with thousands of languages, diverse cultures, and climates ranging from glaciers to deserts. You could spend your whole life on just one and still not see it all. Now, let's take a quick trip around the globe. First up, Africa, the oldest inhabited continent and the birthplace of humanity. If Earth had a family tree, Africa would be the trunk. It's home to the greatest genetic diversity on the planet, has every climate zone except polar, and boasts the world's longest river, the Nile. Basically, Africa comes with all the difficulty settings enabled. Next, Asia. It's the largest continent and home to more than half the world's population. If you picked a random person on Earth, they probably live in Asia. It's a continent of extremes, holding both the highest point, Mount Everest, and the lowest point on land, the Dead Sea. It's also the cradle of many major world religions. If continents got royalties for cultural influence, Asia would be very, very rich. Then we have Europe. It may be the second smallest continent, but it has a huge historical footprint, shaping languages, borders, and world events for centuries. It's proof that size isn't everything. Europe is also packed with micro-countries so tiny you could walk across them before your coffee gets cold. It's a mix of medieval charm and ancient universities. Let's head over to North America. Stretching from the Arctic Circle to the tropics, it has some of the most dramatic landscape changes you'll ever see. It contains the largest freshwater lake system on Earth, some very active volcanoes, and the world's longest land border. And despite all that space, people still argue about property lines. The continent is also home to indigenous cultures dating back tens of thousands of years, far older than most people realize, down to South America, home of the Amazon rainforest, the lungs of our planet. This massive forest produces a huge amount of our oxygen and is home to millions of species, many of which we probably haven't even met yet. Running along the continent's western edge is the Andes, the longest mountain range on land. South America also has the world's driest non-polar desert. It's a real nature sampler pack. Now for Antarctica, the coldest, driest, and windiest continent. It's technically a desert because it gets so little precipitation. It holds most of the world's fresh water, locked up in ice so thick it hides entire mountain ranges. If all that ice melted, our coastlines would be redrawn instantly. Antarctica is basically the world's biggest do not touch sign. Finally, Australia, the smallest and flattest continent, but it makes up for it with some of the most unique wildlife on the planet. Seriously, it's like evolution was just experimenting down there. It's the only continent that's also a single country, and it's home to the Great Barrier Reef and some of the oldest rocks ever found. Australia is both ancient and wonderfully weird. So there you have it, the continents. Massive, ancient, and ever-moving landmasses that have shaped all of human history. Each one has its own extremes and personality, and together, they tell the incredible story of our planet.